All right, so I literally just left the movies. I'm trying to gather my thoughts right now. And bear with me because I'm trying to find a way to put my thoughts together and describe this without spoiling anything. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you know nothing about this movie, please go into it that way. Go into this movie the same way that you went in the Endgame, not knowing anything. Because the slightest bit of information could spoil everything for you. Trust me. I mean, some of the stuff I kind of already had theories I put together, but I know a lot of people probably don't really care about that shit. But Far From Home. Okay. Shit, where should I start? First of all, this is probably the best CG I've ever seen in any of the Marvel films, whether it be Endgame, Infinity War, Guardians of the Galaxy, anything you can think of. This is the best. Uh, the beginning of the movie, I'm not gonna lie, it starts off slow as shit. Like, and this is not a spoiler. I'm gonna tell you this. This is not a spoiler. I'm just so you won't be disappointed. That scene in the trailer where he's fighting those bad guys with guns or something inside this place, and he talks to the cops. Entire scene's not in the movie. Shit does not exist. It's not in the movie at all. Within like the first fucking 30 minutes, maybe the first 20 to 30 minutes, nothing happens at all as Spider-Man. It's just a bunch of talking. And to be honest, I I don't give a shit about his friends. Like his best friend Ned is kind of funny, but as far as going back to them and spending the first 30 or so minutes on focusing on them going on that trip to Italy, I really don't give a shit. But after they get to Italy and things start to happen, it starts to pick up and it gets interesting. And that's when we meet we actually you actually get to see Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio in the very beginning of the movie, but they meet when they get to Italy. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance as Mysterio was fucking incredible. Oh my god. Marvel been doing real good with these villains lately. I mean, obviously at first they was fucking trash, but you had uh you had Michael Keaton as a Vulture in the first Spider-Man, then you had Hela, Killmonger, Thanos. These hopefully they keep it up. But his chemistry with Peter Parker, with fucking Tom Holland as Peter Parker, I love it. Every scene they had together, I loved it. It felt like a big brother, little brother thing. And you kind of get you know, you start to feel like he really cares, like he's really trying to mentor him. But I'm not gonna get into that. But oh god, I'm trying to be as discreet as possible, and it's so fucking hard. To be honest, there's not much action in the movie, but the action that we do get in the climax, there's a scene in the climax of the movie that is probably the best I've seen Spider-Man. It looked like 90s Spider-Man. There's a scene in there. There's two scenes actually that remind me of 90s Spider-Man that I fucking love. I started clapping. I'm pretty sure people was probably annoyed with me, but I don't really give a shit. But Zendaya was good. I know I said I didn't really give a shit about his friends, but Zendaya was really good as MJ, not Mary Jane, but MJ, Michelle, I think her name is. I like that chemistry too. Uh, they didn't dive really deep into her character because in Homecoming she just seemed like a fucking emo kid, but that's not really what she is. It's like one or two small lines in there that they throw that kind of explains why she is the way she is, and I'm okay with it. I mean, like I said, I don't really want them to dig deep into his fucking friends because I don't really care. But when it starts off, they any questions you probably had about everybody disappearing in Endgame and coming back, they kind of answer in the beginning of the film, and they do it in a joking way, which is like it's kind of funny because a lot of people were thinking about it as like, oh, somebody disappears for 5 years, they lose their home, and then they come back. Now what? Somebody disappears for 5 years, and their spouse thinks they're dead, and they remarry or something. Now what? All these kids in this movie disappear. They're in high school. They come back, and they're the same age. Now what? They do it in a funny way. I like it. I'm glad they addressed it, even though they addressed it in a joking manner. Even when Tony Stark is fucking dead, he's a goddamn important factor in these damn Marvel films. But you can't hate on it because I love Tony Stark. But he was kind of he was prominent, but he wasn't too prominent. I see what they did. I liked it. It was cool. I guess I guess you consider it using them as motivation. But I'm glad they didn't go the whole route as the next Iron Man thing, like they were teasing it to be, as opposed to him just being Spider Man. But I'm really I can't really talk too much about the movie because I can't give anything away. So to be honest, I'm gonna just make this short, and I'll probably end up doing a spoiler review. But I'm not really sure if I liked it better than Homecoming. It's neck and neck right now because the thing that's really killing it for me is the fact that nothing happened in the beginning of the movie. Like it was boring for a while, to be honest. It was really fucking boring. But I'll have to think on that. But for right now, I'll give it a B. I was thinking about a B plus, but I'm gonna give it a B. But now this I'll let you know. There's two end credit scenes. There's a mid credit scene. There's a scene at the very end of the credits. The mid credit scene is literally like the ending of the film, and you'll know when you see it. But the way the film initially ends before the credits, and then the mid credits come, it's basically like it picks up where that scene left off. And what what the fuck they did in that mid credit? That was the best mid credit. That's my favorite mid credit scene. I'm not gonna say it's the best. That was my fucking favorite. That is my favorite mid credit scene they've ever done. Maybe because I'm a Spider Man fan. I don't know. But I cannot wait until the next Spider Man movie. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know when they're gonna make this goddamn movie. But they need to make it fast. That shit got me hyped. The last one was kind of cool too. I don't think it was as important as the one before. It clearly wasn't as important one before. What am I talking about? But it was still very important. Both of them are important. It's not like some scene you could just skip because it's a joke. You really need to stay for both of the end credit scenes. But I really love Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm gonna give it a B. Obviously I'm gonna say it again because I'm still not sure if I like it better than Homecoming. But honestly, I suggest y'all see this as soon as possible. Please try to avoid any kind of spoilers that you can, because you know people ain't shit. They'll spoil it for you just because. But it's not as important as Endgame, so maybe it won't be all over social media as much. But don't be a dick. Like the video. If you saw Spider-Man Far From Home, comment. Tell me what you thought. No spoilers, cause people just scroll in the comments. Don't want to fuck it up for nobody. But tell me what you thought. Give me your grade, and I'll be back with a spoiler review.